I've had this Estarli E20 bike since the spring, riding it around North London. It's been perfect, just what I wanted. A folding electric bike I could take with me into town, into meetings, fold up and ride it back up the hill. Now, since then, the bike brains who build this bike just up the road have given this a little bit more torque. And I'm pretty excited about that because I write about torque every day, and who says no to more torque? Oh, that's great. That's so much better. That's brilliant. Really good. 3 is the new 5, and 5 is just much quicker. I love taking the bike around here for a ride, but it's beautiful in this heath, but it is very hilly, so I do rely on the electric power a little bit. I think this 7-speed Shimano gearbox is really good. I like the way it functions, and just pushing it to go up through the gears here. And of course, now we get onto the hilly parts, which there are a lot of around here. I'm in power mode 3. I'm just pushing it up to 5 here, and it's just really easy now. We're going quite a steep incline here. So I'm in 6th gear, 5 on the power, and it's super easy, really nice. And I like these 20-inch wheels, actually. I think that just gives me a little bit more. So I can go a bit off-road. Feels really stable still. More stable than I thought, actually. I was a bit worried about getting a folding bike because I thought I might suffer a little bit on the wheel size and, you know, it might not be as stable, but this thing, once you get used to it as well, it's great. And now I'm really enjoying this extra power. That's just what you need. That was quite steep back there, and that's just simple. It's a really nice system, actually. I love the press button upshift. It's pretty simple. Even I can get used to it. God, that 5's so much different. For me, thinking about it, just a direct comparison, that's got to be about at least a 25% increase in torque, I'd say, and more so because of that pedal responsiveness. You know, I can just kick it there and it gives me a burst of power without even following through with the whole rotation. I think one of the things you think about when you opt for an electric bike, in particular electric folding bike, is, you know, what's the penalty over a normal bike? And the thing I've been quite pleased about with this is, you know, we're just heading downhill here. I'm not really using the power. And without the battery motor on, it just feels like a normal bike. We've got disc brakes front and back, so the thing actually stops. I can stop it, even have a bit of fun with it. And even if I run out of battery, which doesn't often happen, I can still use the gears, and it just really feels like a normal bike at that point. And I really, really like it. What I've enjoyed with this E20 is the Shimano 7-speed. It's just a really nice, simple system, which works really well and really complements the power, actually. So I found myself using it more than I thought, but in a good way. It just gives me that extra flexibility. What a glorious day. On the heath, by the lake. I used to love bikes. I used to race BMXs back in the day, so I love speed on a bike. I think, you know, I love riding a bike. I think it's just a nice experience, but living in London, it's a tool, really. It's just an essential piece of transport, and it gets you from A to B usually quicker than a car. So for me, it's about practicality, really, a bike in London. And since I've moved up here to Hampstead, it requires a little bit more effort to get up the hills. So I've got another gear to go. I'm basically just touching the pedals and it's just bringing me up. I've been in some cars that struggle up this hill, never mind bikes. This is unbelievably different. Everyone's using bikes more and more, and because the electric assist, I think it takes away another barrier for you to use it as an everyday mode of transport. Whereas before, I think you had to think about it a bit. I think they work for everybody, and you can see around here families and all of them are on electric bikes. And it means you can go out for the whole day as well sometimes. This is so much easier. I'm really liking the new power upgrade, even if there's a danger of turning me into a really lazy cyclist.